Hello, welcome to Cerebral Palsy Scotland. I'm Leslie, the physiotherapist.
I'm Sandra, occupational therapist. Would you like that tour of our centre?
Hello. Hi, welcome to Cerebral Palsy Scotland. This is Priyanka Wadhwani. I'm the centre administrator.
Hi, I'm Millie McKinnon. I'm the centre manager.
Hi, I'm Shan Colley. I'm the Cerebral Palsy Scotland support coordinator. I've got two aspects to my role. I manage the diary for our therapy staff, and I also provide support to people with cerebral palsy in Scotland, and also can offer support to their family.
Okay, so we first just come through our wee waiting area, and then I'll take you to my favourite room first. Welcome to the pink room. This is my favourite room. We have a beautiful view of the canal, and the children and adults who come sometimes enjoy looking out and enjoying our view. This is one of our smallest therapy rooms, and we tend to use this room for the little ones or people who maybe just need a quieter space with less distractions. So most of the rooms are very similar. We keep them nice and plain, so they're distraction free for people who find visually they need a lower stimulus room to work in. But the rooms all are kitted out with the same type of basic equipment. We've got the mats, height adjustable benches, and we've got the height adjustable plinths where we can treat children and adults at the height that's suitable for carers and therapists, and be able to do standing transfers at appropriate heights as well. We're very fortunate that all the rooms have H-frame hoists, so we can use our sling system at any point in the room.
Right, so this is one of the physio's favourite rooms. This is because it's got lots more space to practice walking and balance games and things like that. So we've got an extra set of stairs in here, so we can practice walking up and down the stairs like that. And there's lots of different balls, so little balls for the little ones and huge balls for the big, taller people, and mirrors so that you can check your posturing. And we have a table, height adjustable, because we see all ages and heights, so we can go up and down. You can also use the plinths, not just to lie down on, but to sit on, to balance on, and do all sorts of different things like that, practicing getting in and out of bed, whichever way your pillows are, and everything. So there's lots of space to play lots of games. And as Sandra said, we have every room has a tracking hoist. This is called an H tracking hoist, so we can attach the slings for people who need some help getting in and out of chairs and things, and we can go all the way down to the floor like this. We can bring it down here, so all the way down to the floor, all the way up, and we can help with different transfers. We can attach walking harnesses so the person can then walk to the sink like this with our help, and they can wash their hands, and then they can turn around again and go back over the other side of the room, and we can help them even do maybe do the stairs safely like this. So that's right. So this is where all the fun starts. This is what we call the gross motor cupboard. So it looks at balance and games and PE type activities. So we've got wobble cushions to stand on and woo, wobble wobble. You can sit on them as well to practice your sitting balance. We've got balls of every size. We've got footballs, beach balls, depending on what you want to do. We've got bean bags. We've got fun ones, animal ones like this to throw at skittles. We've got skittles and all sorts of games. We've got bowls. We've got hoops. We've got weights to put on your arms to make you big and strong, and all sorts of things like that. So we just collect the things we need for the activity session, and off we go.
Okay, so this is where we tend to keep most of the toys, games, resources that we use with children and young people. We tend to keep them hidden behind doors, so it doesn't become a riot when somebody comes and starts pulling out all the things they want. We can be quite selective in what resources we use with a child, depending on what the skill is that we're trying to work on. Within all of the activity cupboards, we try and keep things categorised and make sure that we have symbols or photos readily available for children who need them for their communication. So for example, if we were working on a construction activity, we make sure we have all the components ready available for the child to eye point to, or to point to with their hand or whatever. Selection of books. And we tend to keep them classified according to ages and whether they have taglines, repeating lines, so children could use communication aids as a starting point to being able to. So although we've got lots of toys and resources and books that we can use with the children, we always try and emphasise to family and carers that it's not so much what you've got, but what you do with it. So quite often we may even say to families, bring in some of the things you've already got at home and we'll show you how you can use them, rather than us showing them things that they may not have at home.
Okay, and I'm going to go down the stairs because we've got lots of stairs to practice on. Okay, so welcome to the basement. This is our biggest area where we can have lots of people in. We can do group sessions, and we can bring people down who need more space to do practicing walking and balance. We've got another plinth and a tracking hoist, and we can rearrange this room for all sorts of group activities.
The first part of the basement area is this adapted kitchen, which proves very popular with adults and young people and children. So someone start coming in here and making Play-Doh even if they're not at the stage of cooking. We can set the heights of the various surfaces at the heights that they have to work in at home. So we ask people to measure the home beforehand and then we set it up so we work with what is going to be transferable for them for home. So as well as being able to height adjust things, we've got a range of resources that we can, and aids, adaptive aids for the kitchen that we can assess when clients come in. So it could be things like being able to pour safely using an adaptive kettle, or it might be being able to boil things at the hob safely but being able to remove things from the hob without having to tip boiling water. So there's a range of things that we can try with the clients while they're here before they go home. So you may have noticed some of these black wiggly lines along the floor throughout the centre. These aren't to guide you where to go, these are actually lines that we use for helping children develop skills and power mobility. So we have a couple of ways in which we do that, and one of the ways is that we use a platform that can be set to actually follow that track, and the child can go safely around by just using one switch. We also run the Bugsy clinics, where families of a certain age can come and have a child have a first experience of being able to move themselves without being carried or pushed around from place to place. And depends on what their ability is, they can either do that by joystick or they might be able to do it just by pressing a switch. These are usually great fun, so they come here and then they can take it home for as long as they can fit in it.